In this episode of The Diary of a CEO, Maisie Williams, star of Game of Thrones, opens up about her painful childhood experiences, the impact of early fame, and her journey to find her true self. From dealing with a traumatic relationship with her father to navigating identity crises post-fame, Maisie's story sheds light on the emotional complexity behind her public persona. If you've ever struggled with self-worth, identity, or reconciling your past with who you want to become, this episode is for you. Maisie's vulnerability offers both inspiration and a reminder that healing is a continual process. Here are 5 actionable takeaways from Maisie Williams' candid conversation. Acknowledge your emotional triggers. Maisie talks about recognizing moments of anxiety or emotional discomfort and tracing them back to their root causes. Start journaling your triggers to better understand and process them. Accept that healing takes time. Maisie shares how her childhood trauma shaped her sense of identity and that recovery is ongoing. Give yourself the grace to heal without rushing the process. Embrace self-discovery. As Maisie navigated post-fame life, she realized that her childhood version of herself no longer fit. Consider exploring new facets of your personality by trying new hobbies, careers, or ways of thinking. Let go of external validation. Maisie struggled with anxiety around how others perceived her. Reflect on whether you're living to meet others' expectations or your own, and take steps to align your actions with your true self. Seek support when needed. Maisie emphasizes the importance of finding resources to help with mental health, mentioning how beneficial therapy has been for her. Don't hesitate to seek professional help or confide in trusted individuals when navigating personal challenges. In this episode of The Diary of a CEO featuring Maisie Williams, she opens up about her childhood, career, and emotional struggles, offering a glimpse into the life behind her fame. Maisie became a global sensation as Arya Stark in Game of Thrones at just 11 years old. However, this early rise to fame came with challenges that shaped her personal identity and mental health. The conversation begins with a deep dive into Maisie's childhood, where she touches on her traumatic relationship with her father, explaining how it affected her from a very young age. She speaks about feeling disconnected from her peers, noticing the absence of joy in her own life compared to those around her. As a result, she felt overwhelmed with a sense of impending doom, a feeling that persisted into adulthood. Maisie acknowledges how acting offered her an escape from her real life, providing a sense of control and strength she lacked in her personal world. However, the fame that came with Game of Thrones flipped her world upside down. Suddenly thrust into the limelight, she had to navigate fame while grappling with unresolved personal issues. The podcast explores how this shaped her identity post-Game of Thrones as she struggled to reconcile the public image of Arya Stark with who she really was. A significant theme of the episode is how Maisie has worked to overcome self-doubt and negative self-perception. She reflects on the difficulty she had in seeing herself in a positive light for years, battling issues with self-worth. The conversation delves into the pressures that come with growing up in the spotlight, particularly how it affected her relationships and sense of self. At one point, she admits to struggling with substance abuse, which she now reflects on as part of her journey to healing and self-discovery. The podcast also touches on her current state of mind, where she now focuses on rebuilding her identity outside of her childhood trauma and the role that defined her for nearly a decade. She discusses romantic relationships, mental health, and what she hopes the next 10 years will bring. Interestingly, Maisie also questions what it means to find success and happiness, now realizing that these concepts are not as clear-cut as she once thought. Throughout the episode, she is candid about her vulnerabilities and challenges, such as feeling anxious in social situations, a struggle that stems from her complicated past. There's an important discussion about the broader idea of childhood joy and whether that pure sense of happiness can be recovered in adulthood, or if it must be redefined based on new experiences. In the latter part of the podcast, Maisie explores her creative side, reflecting on why she believes that everyone is an artist in some form. She emphasizes that even difficult experiences in life, though painful, are not a waste of time, as they contribute to personal growth and understanding. The episode closes with Maisie sharing her thoughts on finding balance in life and what she envisions for her future, both personally and professionally. This episode provides an intimate and insightful look into the complexities of growing up in the spotlight and dealing with trauma, while also offering hope for healing and self-redefinition.